Hi everyone, and welcome to the first episode of The Social Circle.
This episode is sponsored by Waistlab, Singapore's top choice of waist trainers.
My name is Salif.
Hi, I'm Fatina Mira.
Hi, I'm Faris.
My name is Aisha.
And I'm Hasif.
Today, we are going to be talking about first impressions. Guys, do you think that looks matter?
If you say that looks don't matter, I think you're a liar, straight up. I think that we are all kind of like wired in a way where when you first look at someone, I mean that's why they say it's like the love at first sight, right?
For me, I think it's very important also because like you carry the first impression wherever you go. It's like when you leave your house, you think about how you're gonna project yourself to other people. When I leave my house, I'm gonna think like, okay, I'm gonna wear this shirt because I think it looks good on me, and people will think that it looks good on me.
Okay, well, I think first impression goes beyond than just looks. Usually when people ask you, so what do you do for a living? That might be my first question, and how you answer me might affect how I entertain you after that. When you answer me, oh, I'm a school teacher, or I'm a lawyer, or I own a business, or okay, so that will actually affect my first impression of you.
When I look at somebody, right, I tend to go straight for like their teeth. Like I'm a super teeth person.
Wow.
Super. Okay, it's not about like macam straight ke tak straight. You know what I mean? It's like whether or not you like take care of your teeth.
Braces are hot.
Braces are good, guys. Okay, because funny story, when I was like younger, I had to put on braces because my mom just couldn't. Like she was just like, Aisha, you need braces. I was like super jongang, and I had like gaps in between my front 4 teeth and bottom. Like I feel because I got braces now, I'm able to like laugh a lot louder.
Show your teeth.
Yeah, show my teeth. I feel like super confident about myself.
Everyone has their own taste, and you know, some people might like the way other people look, but you might not, you know. But I really do think that it does play a part. Like, it's the first step to the door for a guy. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm going up, you know what I mean? Going out, you know, you want to say hi to a girl. Definitely, the first thing is like, oh, okay, like looks. If you don't get to hear them talk, or maybe you know, if you don't get to know about them beforehand, definitely it's gonna come into play. What do you think?
It matters, but to a certain degree only. At the end of the day, I feel like it's the character that builds up a good person. Because you can have, again, like they have like might be so big, nice parents and all, but then when you talk, just like I can't vibe with you. You know?
Why is there a backstory to this? It's like you're tired of like dating all the pretty girls. Like I don't care how good looking you are. I'm very sorry.
Okay, because back then I was fat. I was mainly fat throughout my teenage years lah. Don't get me wrong, I was fat but happy. So like I'm in my own world, my own
Jolly,
bubble.
yeah,
like I'm in my own bubble lah. You can roughly see how people treat you. So there are people like you can see that those are the hot. It's called the hot ones. Can be among themselves, and the way they treat the guys so differently. Like they have like their own colleagues and all. But there are also people that both like you know they are pretty and nice to me. Like you know they treat people fairly lah. Take it lightly lah.
Okay, so is that why like, because other people were like not so nice to you, is that why you like lost weight, or like do you have macam other motivation?
No, I started losing weight when I about to enter poly. So I got like 3 months break. Yeah, so that's why like okay, I'm starting a new phase.
Wow, how much weight did you lose?
20 kilos. Yeah.
Actually, I can vibe with what you just said because like growing up, like believe it or not, right, I was also overweight. I was in tough club all the way until Sec 2. Yeah, and I realized, right, people treat me better when I lost all the weight. Like maybe it's a coincidence because I learned how to carry myself better. But like when I was overweight, I was younger, I was bullied when I was in school. Nowadays I don't get bullied, maybe because I'm taller and like people are scared of my height. But things are a bit easier now that I've lost weight, and first impressions matter in a sense like you like what you see, so you're gonna treat that person better.
It's really interesting that you guys brought that up because I feel like that's a thing, you know, like I had like acne like rabak, like it was so bad, and I grew up with that like all the way sampai I was like 17, 18, I still had really bad acne, you know. So I felt the exact same thing like when I was growing up through school. There's so many girls that I was like, oh my god, you know, and I'm romantic, you know, so I like really fall in love, right? And I just macam always get spurned. And I just felt like later on when I got a bit older, then I went to NS and then I decided to do something about my skin. I got on meds and everything just to clear my skin, you know. After all of that, you move on and you realize that you have this confidence that comes out now. And then people start to treat you different, you know. That experience that we had, it changes your perspective about looks. Now, like you feel like you know the value. Like when you go and see someone, you know, it's not just like a physical thing.
Okay,
despite like you know you might see me like this now. I'm not saying that I lawa gila lah, but yeah.
Lawa gila
Okay, but actually I really do not like the idea of how first impression matters. Okay, because yelah dulu time secondary school I am totally a different person. I got outcasted just because of my skin color. People made fun of how skinny I was, how terrible my teeth look, and how ugly I was. I even went to the school canteen punya toilet, I remember, and then I looked at myself in the mirror and asked myself, kenapa aku buruk sangat ni? Macam sampai orang macam tak nak kawan dengan aku lagi ke? Apparently the guy that I crushed on also shout across the parade square and say, "Eh, hitamnya." Yeah, so that was really terrible, and then I think because of that it caused me my insecurities and everything, and then I hate how I looked before. So I didn't come to terms with it until so many years after, and then finally when I entered poly, and then my sister was the one who said, "Eh, jom lah join modelling." Then I'm like, "Eh, no lah, I'm so ugly." And then someone in my family, my sister is just so beautiful. I'm the ugly duckling of the family. Like macam pergi hari raya, everybody was like, "Eh, kakaknya lawa, kenapa adik dia macam gini eh?" Yeah, dia is macam makcik-makcik. Like I really remembered like my makcik macam, "Lah, kakak lawa macam gini, adik salah bapak macam it is that bad. So I really feel like macam okay tak apa. Tapi of course me and my sister have a very close relationship. She knows my insecurities. So she said one day, come on, become a model. Macam pengganti punya model tau. Like okay lah, happy kan. I got paid my $80, my first $80 for my photo shoot, and then I'm like, I think I'm better. So from there, I learned about beauty, I learned about makeup, I learned about like how to carry yourself, the way you stand, the way you talk, the way you approach people, your eye contact and everything. And then I joined Ratu because my sister pushed me, and then she said, try because she's a bit older for that age already. And then she said, okay, you try. So I told myself, I know I can't do it. Like macam aku siapa? Like. And then I won, and then the school kids who bullied me before came to me and said, "You were there during my 14 years old, kau ingat lah?" Kita kat police camp. I'm like, hello, you were the cause. Like I was so mad at myself. So yep, I don't like the idea, but I have to accept reality is that. And here I am, wishing that everybody is like, receptive of everybody's looks. But yep. Here it is. This is the real world.
That's so interesting. We all like have this journey.
Because just now, Celeb, you mentioned that something about falling in love at first sight. Do you actually think that you can like somebody without actually being physically attracted to them first?
I honestly think it's possible because sometimes you get attracted to people also when you see them in their passion. I feel like there's an attraction to that kind of energy.
Okay, we have like technologies like Twitter, Instagram. I mean, based on that, so we can roughly gauge a person's personality. So I think from there you can roughly see like, okay, this person is a certain good character and I can relate to him or her. So I think from there, like you can slowly like even like slide in the DM, like it could be a private profile you can't see it, but then based on the communications you have, like this person can vibe with me.
So your mode of like macam getting to know somebody macam not in person lah. You like to like slide in DM, test water first. Is it?
No. I mean, you have many avenues to meet people, right?
Correct.
Necessarily like physically.
Yeah.
Well, I think the thing that turns a woman on. Okay. Yes. Is actually in the man's intellectual level. Yeah, you can be like really good looking tau. Macam handsome kau, tapi the moment you speak you speak nonsense no time for you. Yeah, and then like totally if you macam normal average looking ke apa, but if you speak macam wow, you can really understand. I love that kind of people. Yeah, so I like a conversation holder. Don't talk to me like that.
They orang macam tak payah like masters PhD lah. You're not talking about education level, like you're talking about just this level of sense. I feel like good looking guys, they tend, not all, not the ones here, okay, but good looking guys, they tend to like try lesser at like their personalities sometimes, because they think that they already have it all. Macam like, aku handsome, tak payah try sangat. Like girls will like me,
But
Yeah.
so, not for us because we grew up in that.
That's what I was saying. That's exactly my point, kan?
Yes,
you know what I mean?
correct.
Like guys who are just from their whole life, from the get-go secondary school time, diorang dapat mana-mana perempuan diorang nak.
Betul.
When they get up,
Betul.
when they grow older, it's the same. Diorang macam apa? Next thank you next kan? You don't have to work for it, and it's so true. Guys, and unfortunately in the world we live in is the same. Like guys who don't have you know, it as good, we have to work on it, kan? And that includes working on being interesting, you know, like. And probably because you get shunned so much, you tak the girlfriend, you do your own thing, kan, or whatever that is, you go into your own interest and you work on that, and then when you get older, you have more on the inside, right?
At the end of the day, we should always try to improve ourselves. Kalau let's say rambut berselerak, serabai, like please just go and comb it. You know, nobody wants to see somebody that doesn't look after themselves, you know. So just put in a little bit more effort, you know.
Unless that's your style.
Unless that's your style, okay. Then no hate. It's cool.
I dapat dulu.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like.
Okay, kalau you confident, it's okay. But let's say kalau you macam you tak confident, you know, work out. It's a healthy way to spend your time lah.
Yeah, that's why I think macam kadang-kadang maybe we are really busy with our daily lives. Yeah, going to the gym is actually a commitment. So aku really believe and trust in waist trainers actually, because to me these waist trainers bila aku pakai, it feels as if my posture is assisted to be perfect at all times, because especially when I'm working in my office, right, aku macam akan duduk macam gitu, and then by then like half an hour later I sangat already. So I actually experienced like terrible lower back problems, especially using high heels most of the time. So with these waist trainers, when I wear it, it actually assisted my posture, and yeah, it curbs my appetite, man.
Wow, I need that because I keep snacking. Like
Yeah, you know.
bubble tea, chocolates, I don't know, so much nonsense, okay.
Yeah, so correct. So kalau you all tengok macam sekarang my posture baik ke apa kan? Macam as in a nice posture is only because of I'm wearing waist trainers by Waistlab. You all didn't see it, right? Like
No.
it's not noticeable. Yeah.
What? No, betul lah. No idea.
I mean, different women, we have like so many hidden belly fats that we really,
areas.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
No matter how much abs exercise we do, we just can't like, you know, get rid of those stubborn fats.
Correct.
And
I can
I think when I wear these waist trainers, it really helps to assist fat burning in a really quicker way. Yeah,
So is it like comfortable?
yeah, this
Looks
is
great
super.
though.
Yeah, it's super comfortable. I mean, I may look suffocated right now, but no, actually, it's just an illusion, because I feel like, you know, I can just baring makan and like, you know, jalan the whole day with it. Even when I'm like doing work, like in the office or tengah makan ke apa, yep, I'm gonna wear it because it curbs my appetite as well.
Right.
So yep.
I should definitely buy one of these.
You should, and you should too. It has been really interesting to learn about not just from the female point of view, but also from the male point of view of how you think first impression actually really matter. No matter what shape you are, what color your skin is, how curly your hair is, we have and to learn to love ourselves despite whatever. So these experiences has shaped us to be where we are today, and I think it has been a journey that we will never forget.
And that's the first episode of The Social Circle. If you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe and click the bell icon to get notified every time a video comes up.
So big shout out to our venue sponsor, which is McPherson Studio. It's the perfect place for graduation or family photo shoots.